I'm from the Catskills in New York. The trout season was closed November 30th, and around that time, it's already cold, there's snow on the ground, so the fishing can get a little tough. It's a lot of time spent behind a ice up in New York in the winter. I definitely was looking to experience something else. It's kind of hard not to pay attention to Daniel's Instagram feed when you're seeing some of these ridiculously large rainbow trout. Figured it might be a good time to come down and experience what Georgia has to offer.
Hey man, did you make it? I'll be right out.
Let's go catch some trout. I like being able to guide northerners such as Landon because they don't get the opportunity to witness this style of fishing in the wintertime due to their season being closed, and just watching his reaction is phenomenal.
Daniel, I just got a big one. And he's like, oh, that's pretty average for down here. And meanwhile, it's taken me 5 minutes just to get him to the net.
Everybody knows you're a free man, Sam. Free man, Sam, yeah.
Blue Ridge, Georgia is home. It's one of the best places in the Southeast to trout fish. The folks in Blue Ridge will most definitely give you a warm welcome.
There's no place like this. Everyone is kind. I think what keeps people coming back is the small town feel.
It's a small town in the mountains, right at the beginning of the Appalachian Trail.
The Appalachian Trail and the Benton Mackay Trail.
There's a lot of southern hospitality, and I know people talk about that, and it's a little cliche, but it is true. It's a place where people actually gather and make friends.
Everybody looks out for one another and everybody knows one another.
A decade ago, you wouldn't have recognized Blue Ridge.
We have over probably 500,000 tourists that come into the city that we never had before.
The downtown offers such an attraction now.
A lot of shops downtown, a lot of things to do.
A lot of culture here.
A lot of festivals. There's the Trout Festival.
Every day of the week there's something positive happening for the better enrichment of all, absolutely.
Lots of different things to do other than fly fishing, from hiking, camping, horseback riding,
mountain biking, hiking.
Hiking, mountain biking, fly fishing.
Whitewater rafting.
Fly fishing is a pretty popular sport, and there's some really, this is the capital of fly fishing in Georgia.
I try to get people off of Main Street when they come down here. Like, if you've been here on Main Street one day, there's a million things to do out there. Go fish.
Fishing in Blue Ridge in the winter has its advantages over the warmer months.
There's less coverage of leaves on the trees and less pressure on the fish.
You can have a day where it's 65 degrees. The next day, the high is 40. But as far as all that goes, the fishing here doesn't stop.
it's just so beautiful in the wintertime to fish here.
There's really, really good trout fishing in the South. It's definitely something I'm gonna spread the word of because, I mean, with all of us up in New York, especially when the season's closed, I mean, this is like a paradise to come down to and fish. I don't think a lot of people think about Georgia as having such a great trout fishery.
When people think fly fishing, Georgia is the most overlooked place. It's almost like driving down the interstate and missing your exit. People fly right past it. And now that more people have figured out that Blue Ridge or the Southeast in general has these beautiful fish in small water, that the challenge is there, the beauty's there, and then the relaxing feel of the surrounding area is just like no other. It draws you in. You wouldn't expect to find these fish of this quality and size in such small water.
You know, the second you step down onto the stream and you see some of these fish, and it leaves you speechless. It's like the trout at home, except double the size, and double the intensity. It's almost like catching a steelhead on a stream that's 20 feet wide. It was a lot of fun putting some of those big 24-inch rainbows on a 10-foot three-weight.
The adrenaline rush that you get from one of these monster rainbows, when you set the hook on these fish, it's full pedal. They don't stop. Twists, the turns, them swimming back at you, the jumps, the long runs.
A lot of acrobatics going on. They're flying out of the water and zipping from one end of the run to the other. You get a good bend in that rod and they take you for a ride.
The guys from up north who suffer from cabin fever can most definitely find their cure here.